Captain's Log, May 15th, 2026. Hello, I'm Captain Vile. Good on you, you've made it to Friday. So, the film this week was 8.5, a 60s Italian, I believe, film. But I could not find any subtitles for it. Or I had trouble finding a version in and of itself. But I cannot find a version where the subtitles are synced up to what the characters are saying. So we're back at the here's the film for this week, but it was too late. I didn't watch it before recording this. Just as we'd gotten out of it last episode. Anyway, I had another dream that I was very tempted to write down in my journal. It was like another game, I think. Very closely relating to TF2, I think, off the top of my head. I was tempted to write it down. I didn't do it, and I just kind of like instead of the entire thing, just the general kind of, I don't know, I'd say clips of it, key moments I remember, but nothing that connects them, and they're different. So I'm not going to go through explaining, oh, this happened, and then I don't know what happened, and then this happened. That's like listening to someone explain a dream is already kind of like feigning interesting enough. I mean, maybe in person. I mean, it's half. Is it half? It was common a while ago on the show. I would have like a dream every 2 or 3 weeks, and I'd be able to remember it. But now, no, not that common. But oh well. I mainly enjoyed sketching the last dream much more than writing it out, because it was like, how many pages was that? I'll take a look. Invigorating stuff, I know. What a listen. 1, 2, 3. 3 pages worth? I mean, that's not a Herculean task to write. It is to read my chicken scratch handwriting. But whatever. I know what it says. That's an extra bit of, quote, security or whatever. It's just a journal full of like passing thoughts and occasional dreams. But it's never gonna be revealed because no one but me can read it. But I did. There was something I was meaning to mention on Captain's Log, but never was able to. So, a show from... I made a video on it, saying, oh, should you watch it or shouldn't you watch it, whatever. That's not that important. But what is... I guess it is somewhat relevant. So, on the video, I gave 3 reasons the show was good and 3 reasons the show was bad. Overall, I think it's worth watching, but it's good to keep those in mind, because I think the good outweighs the bad, but for someone else, it might not. And for this, the bad was the show would drop storylines on mysteries and then forget about them. The characters did not communicate, which I know for a lot of like mystery or whatever shows, you kind of need the characters not to talk for it to work. But I think that's just it's irritating, because especially in the setting they're in, which is basically they're trapped in a pocket dimension trying to escape, and it's a game to the pocket dimension. To them it's like their life, but there's monsters and crap, and there's new monsters coming out of the woodwork that they're trying to survive against that definitely operate on some kind of rules, or at least some information, and they don't share that information with each other, so it's infuriating. And lastly, it's not that great. actors. The actors they have are a little flat. And it's just, It's mainly Tabitha and Boyd. They are the weak links. Every other actor is pretty good. But Tabitha and Boyd, and, God, they have these, and they're pretty, like, important characters who bad things happen to. But just, they cannot do a convincing emotional take. And it's getting worse, or Season 4's just come out, and I'm not going to spoil anything, because you should watch the show yourself and find out about what happens in it for the emotional things to happen. But it is not a believable reaction, I suppose, that Tabitha has. It's just, It's difficult to watch. Another actual thing is it's a town. So there are a lot of characters, which means you can go maybe 30 minutes without a character showing up, and then they'll just do another thing. And excuse me. I just had dinner, so I haven't rewatched. Maybe I should have some damn water. If it happens again, I'll have some water. I have not rewatched seasons 1 through 3 in preparation for season 4. I remember what happens. I don't need to. But there's little things I'm noticing about season 4 that I don't remember about season 3. There is specifically an issue with the editing. It doesn't linger when I feel it should. A character will finish a sentence, and then it'll stay on that character for just enough time for it not to be a jarring cut, and then it will cut to a new scene. Not a new angle of like if they're in a conversation and doing like back and forth editing. No, it's a new scene. It's like they finish talking and then establishing shot and then what the characters are in the blah 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 blah. It's too quick. I feel like they're really kind of shooting themselves in the foot. They can't really do anything about the acting, alright? The main characters. You can't have main characters change actors on the 4th season of a show. Alright, you're not going to get away with that. It might improve the show, but you're not going to get away with it. But that, paired with the acting, does really limit the emotional scenes. And especially some suspenseful scenes. And another this is a nitpick, I guess. Yeah, so we're not seeing that many of the monsters in season 4. They weren't in every single episode in seasons 1 through 3, but they were there. They like reminded you of what's going on. But in season 4, I think there's a new monster that's going around. But the old monsters are just kind of swept under the rug. I mean, they're mentioned every now and then. I think they've been mentioned in one episode, and they appeared in the first episode, but have not shown up since. Which is annoying, because they're pretty interesting. But I get it. Why have them show up if they're not going to do anything? It's just a scene at night, where they're walking around or something. Just let us know they're there again. Especially because really hard not to spoil. So I won't mention that talking point. I have a complaint, but I won't go into it because it's a huge spoiler for season 3. Just watch the show if you want to. I recommend it, but just bear in mind it's got some flaws that do not get improved upon. They are just present throughout the entire show. So maybe you can handle that. Maybe you can't. I can, and am wondering if I should. I'm gonna watch the rest of season 4 as it comes out. They've confirmed, a little annoying that they do this while season 4 is coming out. They confirmed that season 4 is not the final season. It's actually a 5-season show. They're writing season 5 now. Why would you do that? The show comes out once a week. You didn't release it all in one foul swoop. You're setting it up so it's like the talk of the town for a while. Alright? How you should release shows. even though it's nice to have to sink your teeth into, it's better to just because you like. You can. Why am I tripping over my words over this? It's better to have a show released over like a month rather than a week, so that you can sink into it, especially with a mystery show, because you can think about stuff. But with this, they're not really setting stuff. I mean, they're doing a lot of cliffhangers, but wait until the season 4 finale and then say, oh yeah, no, it's not the final season. I mean, we'll be able to tell that because season 4 is going to end on a cliffhanger. I can tell you that right now. Every episode in the series has ended on a cliffhanger. I mean, in this season, it's ended on a cliffhanger. Maybe all of them. They probably have. It's a mystery show. It's a show that's really good to binge. But just wait. Couldn't you wait a little bit? It's irritating. Because now I'm going through this, and I didn't expect us to get all the answers. I didn't expect it to end this season. But now I'm sitting here watching, and the characters are talking about, oh, what are we going to do? Or, oh, hang on, let's try this. I'm like, oh, really? I wonder if this is going to work. Let's see. Oh, it didn't. Wow, who could have seen that coming? Oh, maybe me, because they told me. It's not how you're supposed to run a show. Coming from a guy who has absolutely no idea how to run a show, but I know how to watch shows. Alright, now speaking of things I'm qualified to critique, I have another talking point. Music. So, where I work, they play music, obviously. And some of these songs, I don't know the names of the songs. I don't know the artists. I don't know anything. I just know how the songs go. And there are two that really just confuse me. Okay, well, maybe not one of them actually confused me. The other one I find amusing when it comes on. Because the singer, so it's... I don't know, again, I don't know the name. I'll try and remember some of the lyrics here. So it goes, pay attention to the things that I've said. The decision was mine to leave you shows up somewhere. Pay attention to the things that I've said. The main thing that always I laugh at whenever it comes on is the singer clearly needed a syllable. So they extend a word by a syllable. Instead of hypnotized, and they needed a syllable and a rhyme. So it's pay attention to the things that I've said, something, something, hypnotized. Not hypnotized. Hypnotized. Wow. That got through the rough draft, huh? Okay, then the other one that comes on, this one actually does confuse me. So, the song, I assume the title is, like, Ask and You Shall Receive. It's about it's a singer talking about wanting to, like, sleep with their partner because it's been so long. So, but it goes, how does it go? It's something like, paraphrasing, I want you because it's been so long, ask and you shall receive. It's not a duet. Is the biggest thing here. Maybe they play a lot of covers. They don't play the original song. They play a lot of covers, which is irritating. So maybe it's a cover of a duet sung by one person? But there should be two people, because it's saying, oh, it sounds like they're asking, I want you to ask me to, like, sleep with you. And then they're saying, and I don't know, it seems like there's an exchange or a sentence missing. It's just very confusing. I'd play it if I knew what the song was. Hang on. No, I'm not going to look it up. This is going to take too much time. But it's just so confusing. I don't get why it's doing that. Oh well. I don't think I've talked about work very often, truth be told. When I started working, I was, oh, there's going to be a bunch of anecdotes here. There's not that many, actually. I mean, I could complain about coworkers, My coworkers are annoying as hell. They don't have any spatial awareness whatsoever. I'll say, excuse me, and, like, sometimes I have to actually, like, tap them, which I don't like doing. And, because I don't like being tapped, so why would I like tapping people? Or whatever. But they just stand somewhere where I need to go. Or stand in front of something I need to access. And are confused when I say, hey, could you move? Like, oh, am I standing? Like, you're... Very irritating. I go through this, like, twice a shift. Of just, could you move? Alright? I'm asking you to move because you're standing in front of something. And another thing is, whenever they greet me, like, at the start of my shift, they always, like, grab my shoulders. Especially if I'm, like, busy doing something. And they're, like, they'll greet me from behind and, like, put both arms on my shoulders. And it is the most uncomfortable feeling ever. It is so annoying. It's just because I'm not, like... It's irritating if I'm doing something and I can see them coming in, like, my peripheral vision. I'm like, oh, great, they're gonna, like, tap my shoulder or something. But if I'm, like, unaware they're going there, and I'm now made aware because they're, like, touching me, that's hell. I hate that. I'm honestly probably going to speak up about that soon. I should speak up. I should have speaked up the first time they did it when I was, like, unaware. But I'm definitely going to do it now. And that's another thing. So this is not going to happen for maybe a few years. Because I don't know any fans that live near me. But if you are a fan, because I've been asked about meeting fans in person before during, like, the Q&A thing, and I'm open to doing it. But I would like to say, if I'm, like, I don't know, getting on the bus and you have, like, a few seconds to get my attention, do not actually touch me ever. Instead, yell at the top of your lungs. Yeah. Make a fool of make yourself uncomfortable instead of me. In fact, actually, no. Instead of just yelling, recite the entirety of "Oh Captain, My Captain," and I'll know who it's coming from, because they're still doing it. Do that, and I'll give you, dear listener, if you ever see me in person, a nickel. Don't spend it all in one place. If I ever go to, like, a convention, in, again, years and years down the line, when I've actually, like, maybe gotten a bit of a larger fan base, and people recognize me, I'm probably gonna have to take out, like, $20 in nickels and just have, like, a huge bag. And just, like, oh man, where's the bathroom? Oh, Captain, my Captain, huh? But I think no. Especially if it inconveniences me. If you see me at, like, a cafe and I'm, like, in line and the guy, okay, so what do you want? Wait, and then as soon as I open my mouth, then yell out, oh, Captain, my Captain. And make everyone in the restaurant turn to look at you and, like, wait for you to finish. So, do that. You have my express permission. Nay, you have... you are emphasized to do that. I forgot the damn word. Brain fog on it. Encouragement. You not only have my permission, but my encouragement. And once you've finished reciting, "Oh Captain, my Captain," you can then say, "He said I could do that. He emphasized, do that if you see me." I'm sure all the other, like, cafe goers or anyone anywhere will immediately go, "Oh yeah, all right, that makes sense." You can only do it once, though. All right, I'm not gonna, like, you only get one nickel from me per interaction. Maybe if I see you again in, like, 2 years, I'll try and remember your face and be like, "Hey, wait a minute, I already paid you." I do believe that's everything, I have to say. Yeah, mainly. I might stream more. I've not done it in a bit. I mean, I am busy with, like, school and stuff, so I would like to stream, but I probably cannot. I do have some ideas for streams. And actual, like, reasonable length streams, too. They've all been, like, 5 to 4 hours. I keep saying, every single one, I'm like, oh, it's going to be 2.5, maybe 3 hours, and then it's like 4 hours have passed, and I'm still not done with whatever I'm doing. So I do have some actual shorter stream ideas when I'll be able to do them. I don't know, but I'm working on them, as well as a bunch of other stuff, so probably not soon. Anyway, get memorizing poems, everyone. Specifically one. Thank you for watching, and good while.